If you look at the recent report of 2008 of the WHO Commission on Social Determinants and Health, you will see again the importance of intersectoral action and health in all policies to achieve health gains and to reduce health inequalities. Let me just very briefly touch upon the issue of what is the rationale for health in all policies. And I think for many of you, these facts that I will say are absolutely well known. But as I know we have some colleagues here from other sectors, it is always important to remind ourselves that health is produced and put in danger in the everyday environments and activities of people. And decisions which affect health are made in many cases in other sectors than health, and all public policies have a positive or negative effect on health and on the distribution of health among the populations. And social determinants of health are managed by all the sectors and policies, and these policies are increasingly intertwined. And without going into any details on this conceptual framework that came out from the Global Social Determinant Study, I just want to demonstrate through this slide how much the different policies of the different sectors are intertwined, and if you want to make progress to achieve or to improve better health, you have to address all these issues that you can see on the slide. So what is in fact health in all policies? Health in all policies is an innovative strategy that reflects the critical role that the health plays in economies and in social life. Sorry, but the picture is gone. It will come back. But let me also continue at the same time. So it introduces better health and closing the health gap as shared goals across all parts of government. And here I would like to underline this fact, shared goals of the government, and that is the important message. It also aims to address complex health challenges through an integrated policy response across government portfolio boundaries, and it allows the governments to address the key determinants of health in a more systematic manner. Importantly, it takes into account the benefit of improved population health for the goals of the other sectors. There are many good examples of health in all policies. This is just a recent one, and I don't want to go through the slides. This comes from Australia, and via Australia, when we have so many European countries, just because we are involved with Australia to update their health in all policies and evaluate it. But in the European region, there are some good examples. I think I would say that this Portuguese example is one of the good examples, probably one of the best recent examples that can lead the way also for the other countries to go through a similar process. The Ministries of Health, yes, it's moving here, it's not moving here. The Ministries of Health have a very important role in the health in all policies. They have a multiple role actually. Ministries of Health, through the stewardship function, they have to be a leader in this vis-à-vis the other sectors. But at the same time, they also have to be a supporter in different issues. They have to be a partner in everywhere, in every issue, and they have to be a defender of the right of health and also the health issues. So let me then move on to the special and specific Portuguese health in all policy, which, as I said, I welcome very much as an excellent initiative to move the health outcomes and to improve the health status of the Portuguese population forward. There are some very significant achievements of this plan that already relate to the health in all policies. First of all, I would like to underline the fact, what we already heard from the High Commissioner, that there has been a marked improvement in the health status of the Portuguese people, and this is extremely significant. And we have started, or you have started to converge to the EU 15 in many of the health indicators. And I think this is the biggest achievement of your plan, which shows that it is a good investment, and it's also a good investment, Madam Minister, to have a new plan for the coming period. It also has a strong support for health gain by all the stakeholders that are involved in the health plan. It is also very important to underline the fact that you have enhanced accountability and transparency for health gains, and the creation of the function of the High Commissioner was a very important step in this direction, and especially in the direction for accountability and transparency. Also, the creation of the Interministerial Committee, which gathers various representatives across the government, has been a useful opportunity to promote intersectoral action, and you need to further stimulate intersectoral action and performance improvement. There has been a history of very good collaboration already with the Ministry of Environment and also with the Ministry of Education. But when we looked at the challenges, we also felt that some other ministries will need to be involved more actively during the next phase of the plan, like, for example, to have the Ministry of Finance, to have the Ministry of Justice working in the Interministerial Committee is an absolute must. But I would also advise to reach out to other ministries like Foreign Affairs, because health and foreign policy, health and foreign diplomacy these days are very closely interlinked with one another. Coordinated government action is an important element of the success, and obviously in the next plan you will have to build that element into the work. There are, of course, a few challenges that you will have to also envisage when you finalize the next version of the plan. A health system stewardship function at the Ministry of Health is clearly an element for success, and an integrated health system stewardship function is the key element. At the central level, between strategy, between decision-making and implementation, there is a need to have a strong alignment. Performance management and accountability are crucial, and you will have to build on the recent positive efforts into this direction. One needs to use information to monitor and drive performance improvement, and overall we will need, and you will need, to promote the culture to foster further intersectoral collaboration.